Okay, I'm Dr. Roos, and I'd wanted to do this video for you for the Bio 2 lab uh, in the spring of 2023. I'm not actually the instructor. Emily Browning is. I've got that up here on her. She's got her information here and her email address. She doesn't actually have a phone that you can use to call her, but use the email. And I wanted to kind of explain a few things about, that you need to purchase a Connect access code for completing the Connect virtual labs, which is the only part of Connect we'll be using, right? 9 of the labs will consist of doing anywhere from 2 to 3 or 4 virtual labs on Connect, and then 3 of the labs will actually be more, some of them are tutorials where you go to a specific website, maybe you'll need to get a certificate of completion when you're done, and then you upload that certificate of completion to the assignment folder. And so if you have, say 2 things that need to be submitted for a lab for that needs certificate completions, then you get 5 points for submitting those into the folder in the assignment folder. So I'm going to go through all of that and show you where everything is in case you're not familiar with Falcon Online. And even I'll show you the Connect website. If you need to get to the Connect, right, I've got a link here, Connect Virtual Labs. If you have any trouble with anything associated with that website, completing it, or how to use it and stuff, call their Connect support helpline here and talk to them about it, okay? I am not an expert on Connect. And technically, Emily is your instructor, so all questions should come to her except about that. Now, if you have questions about Falcon Online, you click on a link and it doesn't work, or you can't upload a folder or a file like a certificate of completion, something's not working right, call them and they can help you. There might be something about your computer that they need to change. You're eligible to get a free copy of Microsoft Office with just by using your student email, and so that may help. They may ask you that to do that. So use them. And then this is the syllabus, right? The Spring 23 online syllabus. This is her email address. Now, you're not required to buy a lab manual, which is good, right? So Emily found a couple free online, I guess they're lab manuals or text or whatever. The first one is most of the lab material that she's selected for the handouts or the exercises and stuff come from that. And then the human biology or human body systems, there's 2 labs for that. There's a 1 and a 2. They come from this second manual. In case you're wondering where she's gotten this stuff, right? I mean, these are free, so you can use them if you'd like. There's 4 quizzes. There's 9 Connect virtual labs. There's actually 9 labs that have virtual labs in them, and then there's 3 labs that don't use the Connect, right? So I'll go over that, right? So if you look here, right, so the first lab, it opens up January 24th, I think, and you have until February 2nd to complete it. There's no makeups for any of this. Just keep that in mind. So there's 3. She doesn't always list how many virtual labs there are here on this, right? But anyway, let's just say if you went now to do that lab, all right, if you went to content section and clicked on right, biologic safety, these are a couple information you might be quizzed on or found in the practical. That's the information. Now, to complete the labs, all right, in the, if you went to content section and clicked on right, biologic safety, these are a couple information you might be quizzed on or found in the practical. That's the information. Now, to complete the labs, all right, in the, if you went to content section and clicked on right, biologic safety, these are a couple information you might be quizzed on or found in the practical. you would, right, click on the connect link. You know, they might ask you for an access code, right? Get an access code. You would complete the virtual tour, safety and ubiquity of microorganisms for this first lab. And if you completed them, then, right, in the grade book, she would check on a Thursday. Every Thursday, these are due. All right, so be sure you complete it. On Friday, she'll check to see if you've completed them, right? And then in the grade book, right, for lab number 1, lab safety and bacteria, that's what the ubiquity of microorganisms is. You'd get 5 points for completing those 3 virtual labs in the Connect, right? If these 3 aren't completed by February 2nd, then you don't get 5 points, right? There's no makeups. Now, the following week, and actually, you know, just keep in mind, all of these are going to be open on January 24th, so you don't have to wait each week. You can just go ahead and get all this done and as soon as you'd like, right? You know, be sure you get them done by February 9th. She's going to be grading them on Friday, so she expects them to be done on every Thursday. That's what February 9th is a Thursday. February 16th is a Thursday. The quizzes will be due on Thursday, as well as the practicals. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so now when you get to, right, the second week, or the second lab, it's the virus lab. There's no McGraw-Hill assignments or virtual labs, right? She's referring to them as Falcon Online, right? That's what she means by 3 Falcon Online labs. One of them is the virus, the second one is the protist, and the third one is fungi. Those 3 are what she means by 3 Falcon Online labs. All those 3 labs, in order to show her that you completed them, you would go in under the assignment folder, and for, say, the virus lab, right, for the, you know, this week number 2 is viruses, Falcon Online. The content section would have, if you went to the viruses under the content section, and then click on these links to complete each one of these. Oh, sorry, I've already completed 2 of the 3, it looks like. But anyway, so in the assignment folder, then the first one you do, you don't have to submit a completion for it. But the last 2, right, the ones for pathogens and the other one for how diseases are spread, you need to upload your completion, right? Please attach completion of or certificate of completion, right? Just add the file here, upload the file from your computer, however you want to do that. You would get that certificate of completion wherever that link takes you, right? If we clicked on pathogens and diseases, right, you'd get to this website. You would watch this video, maybe take some notes, and then when you were done with that, you would have the you know, it'd give you a choice of would you like a certificate of completion, and you download the certificate and upload it into the assignment folder. Okay, so under the assignments, right, there would be, you know, right, for the viruses, there's 2 folders, right? So there's 2 certificate of completion. For the pond, there's just, I think this one's a little bit different. You don't have a certificate of completion for this one. It's please attach completed worksheet, right, which is found in the content section, right? Complete the worksheet, upload it here, and you get 5 points for that lab. Right, and for the fungi, you would upload 3 certificates of completion in these 3 folders. The first one you get 1 point, the second one you get 2, the third one you get 2. Right, you get a total of 5 points for completing that lab. All right, so in the grade book, right, we have quiz 1, quiz 2, 10 points. I think she has to grade these after you complete them, right? But they're due on Thursday. She'll grade them on a Friday. Practical will be due on a Thursday as well. She'll probably have to grade that. Like, there's short answers that sometimes have to be graded. So if you have to type any answer in instead of selecting true, false, or A, B, C, or D, then she has to regrade it. So keep that in mind. But here are the points, right? She has to put these in herself. So when she sees that you've completed, she'd go to the Connect website to see if you've completed these three virtual labs in Connect. Then you would get, if you've done that by the due date, you get 5 points for that lab. If you uploaded certificates of completion for these two viruses, right? There's two of them. The first one, you just open that up, I think, and there's a it's like a handout type thing, right? Information you should probably know for the quiz or practical. And then for the natural selection, I'll say evidence evolution. That's a Connect one, right? So there's two here, evidence of evolution, virtual labs that you would complete for that lab. They're both due on February 9th, right? So after February 9th, you won't be able to go into Connect and complete these two virtual labs. So if you don't complete them by then, you're not going to get the 5 points that you earn, right, for that lab. So all the labs here that are 5 points, right, they're all Connect virtual labs. Then we get to the fungi, like I said before. There's 3 certificates of completion that you upload for those 3, or I don't know, maybe that's one of them might be a worksheet too. I'm not sure. I didn't, Emily organized all this, so she's much more familiar with this than me, but she's not a video maker. I am, so I'm making this for her. Okay, so I wanted to, talk about the difference between the McGraw-Hill Connect. They're all virtual labs that you would complete. The virtual tour, this video this virtual lab, is an explanation of how you go through, how you use things. And if you've already used it before with Karen Braley's class, right, she does the Bio 1, then, you probably don't need to worry too much about it. But you have to do it to get the points. And this is the schedule. Right, say quiz number 1 covers labs 1 and 2. Quiz number 2 covers labs 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so practical 1 will cover labs 1 through 6. Practical 2 will cover labs 7 through 12. Okay, that's pretty straightforward, hopefully, for you. And then there's a couple things to keep in mind. This is the breakdown of the grades. Read the topic in the lab manual, all right, or the handouts. There are no makeup quizzes, virtual labs, online assignments, right? You've got to get them done by those dates. There's no reason why you can't get them done before the due dates. Get them done. What the heck? All your quizzes and practices will be completed online. They'll all be, everything's due. There's always things due on a Thursday, right? You have until like 11:59 on Thursday. She'll grade them on Friday. That's why she does that. You have 5 minutes for the 4 quizzes. There's 5 questions. Be real easy to finish. You have 60 minutes to do the practical 1 and 2. In the past, they've been 50 questions for each one of them. All material, all right, it's applicable, right? You earn 5 points for completing the virtual labs for the lab or for the Falcon online assignments, right, which I kind of went over. Now, the other thing we did, I kind of wanted to mention, if you go to tools, there's the checklist, right? And then I even have an announcement, or I made this announcement myself. It says virtual online lab. So if you click on that, it'll give you a checklist for each lab. And what's good about this is that we can put the due dates for everything in the calendar that's on this checklist. That's the main reason why I wanted Emily to have this. But you can check off each one of these that you've completed, right? Right, the virtual tour safety is due February 2nd, and so is the viruses. So there's 3 things to do for the virus. Check them off. So these will all be found in the calendar this way too, by having the due dates for all this here. Okay, so you can use the calendar as well to keep track of stuff, and you'll be getting notifications if you want. All right, February 2nd, stuff that needs to be done. The quizzes will show up over here, and the practicals will show up on the calendar as well. If you don't open up the calendar, if you just want to use it, what you see here, that's fine, you know. I think that about does it. I wanted this to be fairly quick, and I appreciate you taking my class, and good luck with this semester.